In this video, we will discuss about accessing array elements. So how do we access array elements? By using indices. Syntax is array name followed by square brackets, and inside it we have the index number. Now each array element has an index number using which we can access the array elements. Suppose this is the array called mark of size 5. So the first element will have index 0, and then the second element will have index 1, the third element will have index 2, and so on. Since the length is 5, the last element will have the index number 4 because the index starts from 0. So things to note is that the index always starts from 0 and that the last element of an array is n-1, where n is the size of an array. So like if you want to access the first element of an array, we can simply write mark 0 and we can access the first element, and if we want to access the last element we can write mark 4. Now in the previous video I didn't explain why I was using this I equals to 0 for accessing the array elements. So now you know this I equals to 0 and I less than 5 is the index of the array elements, and we are using this to access the elements of the array and print it on the screen. Now in this case I have already entered all the elements of the array, but you can make some changes in the array where the user can enter the value. So let's do that. So now in this code we have entered a for loop for allowing the user to enter the value as well, and we are also running this for loop from 0 to 5. So now let's run this code and enter the values of the array elements. Suppose 4, 78, 9, 67, 89. As you can see that the elements of the array are printed. Now one thing to note is that we can also use a macro for declaring the size of an array. The advantage of using a macro is that if in this case we want to change the array size to suppose 15, then we have to make the changes in every for loop, and this can be a tedious task to do if the program is very large. But if we use a macro, for example, hashtag define n, and we are giving it 15, then here in the array size we will write n. In all the for loops we will run the loop from I0 to IN, and if we ever want to change the size of an array we will simply change it once in the macro. So it is easier to change the size of an array using a macro. And that's all for this video. In the next video we will discuss about how to access an array elements. So thank you for your patient listening. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for further videos on this course. Thank you.